You're listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. The show that gives pastors and church leaders the clarity they need to protect their people, property, and ministry.
Welcome back to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. I'm your host, Ron Wadley with Insurance for Texans. We help church leaders protect their people and property with wisdom and clarity. Today's episode is special. For the next few weeks, we're going to be walking through the core principles from the book that I wrote about Texas church insurance. The book is called The Promise of Certainty. I always say, I don't know what's worse, a tornado that wrecks your entire building, or having to sit through a 2-hour conversation about tornado insurance. Most people I know would honestly rather get a root canal than talk about liability coverage. But here's the truth. I've seen what happens when the storm hits and you're not ready. In that moment, that PDF sitting in your email inbox is the only thing standing between your church and a total financial crisis. This isn't just business for me. I grew up as a Baptist preacher's kid in a dusty panhandle oil field town called LaForce. I remember the streets were made of sand, and I remember sitting in the back of deacon meetings. Even then, I could feel the weight those leaders carried. They weren't just managing a budget, they were protecting a sacred space. When everything goes sideways, that weight only gets heavier. If we're talking about insurance, we're really talking about leadership and stewardship. In our world, a lot of people believe only in positive thinking. They want to focus on the growth and the light. But as a steward, there is actually a great power in clear-eyed negative thinking. It's the ability to look at the downside, ask the hard what-if questions, and make a plan before the wind starts howling. This isn't about boring paperwork. It's about protecting your higher purpose. The ministry doesn't stop just because the roof caves in or a lawsuit hits the desk. Your mission, your ability to gather, serve, and worship freely has to keep going. Proper coverage is the guardrail that keeps your calling on the road when the conditions get dangerous. We're just scratching the surface of what it means to be a prepared steward. Join us tomorrow as we unpack our first core principle from the book, why risk isn't random. Connect with our church insurance team at insurancefortexans.com. And if you want to read along with this series, get your free copy of The Promise of Certainty at thepromiseofcertainty.com. I'm Ron Wadley, and this has been Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance Protecting Texas Churches. Until next time, remember, your church is too important to leave to chance.
Thanks for listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, insurance isn't just about policies. It's about safeguarding the mission God has called you to lead.